this is one of the new commodity in Malaysia as well. Okay, and then but for all the considerations of these sources, for the non-timber, for example, we need to make sure that the environment where the thing can be grow very well, what are the species suitable for that kind of locations, and also the product, for example. Because sometimes in the business, we need to take all into these considerations. Then the things can be marketed, or we call it viable in terms of the business. So all these considerations need to be in package for me. So the right species, right variety, the right environment, and the logistic probably on the finished product, and the right technology probably. How many, in terms of the capacity, for example, on the product itself. Okay, so then we can balance up on all those things. So for me, non-timber from the tree biomass, I don't want to cut tree from the forest specifically. So we can get this kind of the material either from the growing or dead plants. So meaning to say here, we try to promote on the using of these fast-growing species. For example, I did mention to you for the beetles, for example, species. It takes about 60 years to grow, to be harvested. 60 to 100 years. So we need to find the fast-growing, a good variety for that particular species, for example, and also from byproduct agriculture. So the thing is considered as the waste material, and we try to use the technology and try to come out with from the waste to the wealth. That's the concept, basically. All right. So rotation because probably small area, fast return, people want the money, less risk. Okay, so this is how the rubber, for example, the rubber tree from the forest. Now we have so many kind of variety or clones for our latex and also for our timber. Okay, same thing goes to the oil palm last time. It is originated from Africa. So initially the palm is very high in terms of the height, but now we come up with the breeding, then we try to focus on the oil instead. Right? This is all we call it the breeding itself. So again, I don't want to run away from this concept. I always try to share with you this concept. So from forest until the agriculture sector. So the non-timber complement the usage of the timber. Right. So for this non-timber product, or the tree formations, it doesn't care much. Last time for the timber, we need to have a very big tree, big bones, a big diameter, so we can have a better yield of the soft timber. But for non-timber, the tree formations is not really critical or less critical. So this is how you have to manage. As I mentioned to you, even 1 year old, if you can make use of this kind of material. So this is a willow, I think, in Europe. So this is a wood chip. Last time we export from Malaysia, for example, from Indonesia, we export on the soft timber. Yes, of course, the value is very, very good, and the money also very good, but it's not sustained. We need to sustain the thing, but I think we need also to consider or to complement the industry itself by using wood chips. Okay, so this is from the past way. So many kind of product can be used from this kind of material, the chip form. So we want to have a chips, wood chips. So the straight bones or the big diameters is not significant anymore. So next time you will be a business, you can have a business on this wood chip. the sources is from this agroforestry sector. So we try almost what we in India try to combat the issues of for the farmers to increase can get some income from participate with this eucalyptus and also agriculture crops here. So this is we call it agroforestry. This is in India, and yeah, this is Albizia in Indonesia. So Java, the plywood industry boom again in Java because of this Albizia. Okay, this is a good example whereby I think this Albizia Singapore can complement towards this sawn timber. So they produce a plywood. The plywood can be used in so many applications for our furniture industry. So last time the many fabric or plywood mills closed down in Java. Now they boom again due to the availability of these resources. So this is my the species that I mentioned. This is Lucina Putabala. I did mention by the Rira just now. The page this page what I did last time. So this is Lucina in Thailand for animal feed and also for biomass for renewable energy. So I try to plant in Sabah that time here. So this is Lucina, the small trees, but we can harvest so many times for the dust. For every year, 4 years. Okay. So this is the standing trees of Lucina. Last time I visited one of the country in Thailand used this species for they call it combined and heat power plant (CHP) owned by Sahagojan. So the business they use these wood chips to run to sell the steams and also to the industry and also for the electricity. So they call it CHP, combined heat and power. Okay, so the silviculture management, on the planting distance, all those things. So these things here, you can see here that the thing is from the forest and become agroforestry and also agriculture crops. See, sometimes these kind of shrub trees cannot perform very well in the forest cover because sometimes due to the canopy of the big trees, so this thing cannot be grow very well. So we bring it out to the open space, then we can have these kind of formations. You see, it depends on your creativity, on the soil conditions, on the spacing. For example, this is silviculture management. Okay. So this is how the things looks like. This is a spacing trial 1 by 0.5 meter. This is 1 meter by 1 meter, how the things looks like. And this is quite far away, 2.2 by 1. But again, it depends on the end product. Sometimes I've been in Queensland. They plant this Lucina for animal feed. So it's very successful, and because the leaf of this Lucina is very high in protein, so the farmers can reduce on the feeding, the cost of feeding to their animal. So you can see that this Lucina, when we cut at the ground level, it will grow again. So that's the beauty of this Lucina. So that's why I get in love with this species, basically. Alright, for my PhD. Alright, so again, back to the concept of forest, agroforestry, forest plantation, and agriculture. So last time I do think that I want to share with you from my experience. The moment I finish my PhD, even though I'm focused on the product, but I need to rethink again on how to get a good, sufficient supply of the materials. Even though I have a good technology, but I don't have the feedstock or the material, so the thing cannot be cooked together. So this this is, I think, we need to make sure that the thing can be like a cycle. The thing can be moved out from the one stage of the raw material, the processing material, towards the products and towards marketing, and everybody can enjoy the profit from this cycle. Then the thing can be sustained, right? Again, so this is my forte. Probably a little bit. I just focus very brief on what I'm doing. Probably the next presenter or the next lecture probably will cover detail on this. Uh, the solid wood again. I'm trying to bring the concept of solid wood towards the wood composite, right? So many things can be done. So this is the wood-based panel from the MDF, OSB, particle board, plywood, all those things. So we use all these kind of wood composite panel for our daily life. Okay, so when we have this kind of material, again, we can reduce the demand from the timber itself. And now the timber become something, you call it aesthetic probably, expensive. Okay, so with this kind of material, the cost, we can reduce the cost that we can have, we afford to buy the furniture, for example, from this kind of material with the lower cost as compared to 100% of solid wood, like a teak, for example, right? So teak probably for those who are rich people probably, but we need to also consider that the demand from normal citizen as well. So this is the alternative, I would say. So with this kind of material, we can custom the properties probably. For example, the density of the board. We can custom in terms of the thickness probably. The thickness and the size is quite versatile as compared to solid wood. Solid wood with a very limitation of the size, for example. So this is where the thing complement each other, the non-timber and also the timber. Okay, right. So this is some example what I've done with my student, my PhD student and my master students. This is from the Daikin MDF in Sarawak. This is a Miko chipboard, the largest manufacturer from Malaysia, particle board. And yeah, I come up with the commercial trial with the Lucina particle board in 2018. So it's very, can you imagine, from 2014, I start negotiating with the Miko to convince them on, and finally it took me about 4 years to come up with this commercial trial from the mills. All right. And next is about the bamboo. So I just go brief on about bamboo and also rattan. I just want to share with you probably the image. So this is the bamboo can grow on our planets. So this is this we can see that the Southeast Asia, China. So this is where the bamboo can grow in our planet, right? So this is a photo from Bogor Botanical Garden, right? So it's a very huge bamboo here. It is from Dendrocalamus aespa. I think it is originated from India, right? Very good. Bogor Botanical Garden, I think, is good, a good area for I think if next time organizer probably if we have a chance to have a physical summer program, for example, probably we can arrange our participants to visit this Bogor Botanical Garden. Right? Is it okay, Dr. Sirayu, next time?
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Amin.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right. So I hope the student can enjoy. It's very good. And also, I'd like to suggest for you, if you have a chance to visit Singapore Botanical Garden, also a good place to be. Anyone from you here from Singapore? No?
Pakai buku aja tau.
Bukit Timah is a very good.
Yeah.
So please feel free to visit. after the pandemic, right? Don't go now. It's not conducive to be abroad now, right? If you have a chance, please do so. Right. So this is the bamboo also can play a role to the for the paper, for the furniture. Many product can be derived from this bamboo as well. So sometimes there is a people who are talking about wood and non-wood product. Wood is a wood because the title today is about timber and non-timber. So now I have to shift a little bit my mindset about the difference between wood and non-wood. So this one is very clear. It's about non-wood. Non-wood is it's not a wood. This is a bamboo, for example. Yeah, right. So this is image from China. So China is the world largest producer of bamboo and rattan products. Okay, so they have a huge of land. Indonesia also not bad. Okay, followed by Indonesia. Okay, so we have I think Indonesia and Malaysia, I think Thailand, we have about bamboo and rattan. I think our climate is suitable for these two trees. Okay, you can see here the China. China now. I mean, dominating our world economic. So they also a champion in this bamboo as well. All right. So this is some photos from Indonesia as well. This is a bamboo hitam, probably a black bamboo. I can't remember. It's not really far from Yogyakarta here. Probably Dr. Sira, you can help me where this the location of this area. I can't remember.
I also forgot it from where.
Yeah, I can't remember the place, but this is an example of the bamboo in Indonesia. It's quite good. I think Indonesia is quite advanced in this bamboo industry as well. You see, this is the bamboo product. People all over the world, I think, especially those who are live in the temperate countries, bamboo is like something like a unique product. For me, it's a unique product. So it will be like something people in the temperate countries or in Europe looking for. And last time we do bring our students to the Borobudur. So you can see here at the back of this, you can see the structures of the bamboo. I mean the bamboo from, I mean the arch here is from bamboo. So when I do preparing this slide, I do browse from my photo album from the Google photo. Then I found, this is a good photos for me to share with all of you. If we don't have this kind of pandemic, I'm sure that the organizer, the Ustaz Gajah will bring us to this Candi Borobudur. Okay, so probably next time. Yeah, Dr. Sirayu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, a nice place to visit. Okay, and this is another product. Like it's not the handicraft from the bamboo. Okay, so bamboo, when we put this kind of products, it will increase the value of that particular space or area. Okay, something that can give a unique appearance in your at that particular place. So it will increase, we call it the word probably I would say the elegance of the concept, elegant concept. So looks like it is from bamboo, but the impact is very significant. Okay. So again, this is from Desa Bambu from Bandung. Is it Dr. Sirayu? So this is how creative they are. Come up with this kind of this kind of structure from the bamboo. So bamboo is also famous in Bali as well, I think. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Rattan. Okay. I don't want want to give you a very heavy equation of all those things. I just want to highlight on the surface. Let's enjoy all the information here. All right, so rattan. Let's move on the rattan. Okay, so this is how the rattan looks like, okay. All right, then we have a big rattan and also a small rattan as well. The fruit of rattan also quite tasty as well.
Udah.
So this is how the rattan is. So it's not I mean the rattan we try to plant in Malaysia. We try to plant together with rubber like plantations, but the farmers not really favor about it because of the thorn the thorn of the rattan itself. All right. Okay, but this is another product. This is non-wood, non-timber product of rattan. So on the top here, we can see on the green dot here, this is the bamboo area. But on the bottom here, on the orange dotted here, it is a rattan distribution all over the world on our planet. So mostly covered in Africa and also Southeast Asia. Okay, so again, rattan is something unique as well. I also have rattan in my house. Okay, I use rattan as well, rattan product, furniture product. So it gives me something like something different as what we have, like a wood and also concrete. We have our office probably or our house with a concrete wood, and if you have this kind of bamboo or rattan, so you will come up with something dynamic about your your I would say your furniture in the house itself, right? So you can see here from this photo, you come up with the elegant appearance. See, right? Even though it's just a very small percentage of the usage of the material from that particular image, but the impact is very huge. So it gives the elegance. That's how the rattan is set. As compared, you can see here. See, this is the image from the rattan. But when it comes to this kind of product, the finished product, people are willing to pay for this kind of elegant appearance. Right? So this is another rattan and elegant concept. The combination of this kind of Brazilian European concept with this kind of I do believe people in Europe also are looking this kind. It is like something aesthetic, something high value for them, right? Okay, again, this is another furniture, rattan furniture in our living room. Okay, so it will give something elegant. Believe that. So even though we look like the things very, but when we put the thing in a good or proper marketing, then we can have a better value for this rattan product or rattan furniture. Alright, can we move on? Yeah, another thing is canal. So this is something what I'm doing now with my students, my masters and PhD students. In Malaysia we have we call it the board, the canal board. I mean the agency who are taking care about this canal. Right? So it is the hibiscus, the hibiscus cannabinus, also called Java jute. Okay, Java jute. So in Malaysia we now we mechanize everything about this canal. So it will took about I think 120 days, 4 months will be harvest. To be used for fiber. So we have a fiber, the core, but the main product is for fiber, long fiber. Alright, so this is another canal after 120 days or 44 months. Again, people are looking for fast growing. Okay, less than a year, for example here. So this is another product. Probably we are developing on the potential on how to scale up the production. But the supply must be this is an example of the kanaf. Okay, we have the fiber here. We have the fiber, and we have the stalk, the batang, and the core. When we process this fiber, there will be a leftover of we call it the kanaf core. This is what we are doing now. Try to make use of this we call it waste to become a product from the kanaf core. Okay, so this is the potential. This is what we are developing now for the building material, for non-woven materials, for pulp and paper, and also the particle board, especially on the kanaf core. Okay, so this is again and the flow chart of the potential of this kanaf. Yeah, so it is quite interesting also for us to think about. It took about only 120 days, and of course it is very light and all those things, but we need to make sure that the end product, the target product is viable for the economic growth of the for the industry to be sustained. This is an example of the processing of the fiber. This is mechanical. We do have also we use another process for the enzyme. Okay, and this is our new factory. We call it non-woven mat. The fiber will be used for our mattress. Okay, so this is our product right now. We produce premium mattress for the furniture industry. So it is again it is part of the product for the furniture itself, right? Okay, any questions so far? Is it so far so good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We are happy. This is many.
So far, so good, sir.
Yeah.
Right. I thought I enjoy myself alone. Okay, that's why I'm trying to wake up.
No.
So please interact with me. Please, I mean, otherwise I feel lonely here. All right. So another another exciting thing to think about from our non-forest again, non-timber product from the forest is about our herbs and wild fruits. I think Indonesia also have so many products from the herb itself. So I just highlighted on it is a shrub trees, not so big, can be incorporated in the forest. There are so many species can be explored for pharmaceutical, for example, for the medicinal plant, all those things. So this is another value need to be highlighted as well in the future. I think this is the territory of the people who are in the pharmaceutical and also from the chemical engineering. I don't know. So this is about the further detail on drug discovery, all those things, right? So yeah, as I mentioned to you, it is about herbs, it's about medicine. This is another huge area of need to be discovered. Okay, we need to bring all our pharmaceutical person, our chemists, our organic chemistry, for example, to be blend together and come out with a good product for the usage of our people. So this is natural herbs, and probably if we can have we call it synthetic. We can have I can't remember. There is two disciplines: organic chemistry and also synthesis. So if we can have a good, we can synthesize the component itself to be used because natural herbs probably the limitation we need to have a huge amount of that particular leaf, for example, that particular product before being synthesized, all those things. But when we synthesize the things, so we can have we can produce more medicine or more product from this kind of herbs. Okay, so I don't want to touch detail on this because it's not my territorial. I just want to highlight with you, to share with you, this is a good potential indicator, especially during this pandemic or those things. So I think the research needs to be, the R&D should be continued from time to time. Okay, the wild fruit as well. The wild fruits don't take for granted. So sometimes it started from the wild, now it's become a commercial fruit. Last time in Malaysia, like that, we have a durian. Okay, durian is originally in the forest. Then we do the breeding, all those things, and we have so many varieties of durian. So in Malaysia, it's famous with, we call it Musang King. So that kind of, I mean, it started from the wild fruits, and we try to commercialize, okay, through the breeding exercise. Okay, so now we have a very tasty, we can do the modification variety. I mean, we want to see on what the taste, on the smell, all these things. So that will be the tree breeder should be expert on this, on how to develop the thing from the wild to the. So this is another, even though it contributes to our domestic market, but now in Malaysia, now we are export durian to China quite a lot. The same thing goes in Thailand. Thailand also export their durian. Okay, so this is another area of product need to be considered as well, right? So this is, I do work with the some project on the improvement of the abandoned area, and we convert into the like we call it herbs and wild fruits in Pahang here, right? So this is an example. We do need to protect our this is our heritage basically. In Thailand, in Philippines, for example, in Japan, so they have all the native trees. So we need to preserve on our native, so especially on the genetic of that particular trees of that. So we need to preserve our this is our heritage basically. All right. This is my second photo. It shows that I'll move on to the next stage. So I love to take a photo basically. So I don't know. So I'm sharing with you. Right. So non-timber in the future. So probably I want to share with you for about half an hour from now. For the biochemical industry, this is something interesting. This is what happened now. What happening now? Stay tuned. I have a video for you to share this. But if I hope the sound can travel together with this video to you. Alright, after this. Alright. So this is, we call it specialty chemical from non-timber products. Okay, specialty chemicals. So in our, this is the example, the concept of bioeconomy. So in Malaysia we have one of the agency who are catered on the bio-based economy. Okay, so from the biomass, we convert into the products. Okay, right? So this is the concept. So we started the bioeconomy in Malaysia. We do have an agency who are taking care about this development. All right, we already engaged with this. Last time we call it biotech corp. Okay, so the wood again. So the wood component consists of cellulose, semicellulose, extractive, and blah blah blah. But the sugar, we try to convert this kind of, I mean the sugar of C5 and C6 from wood. Okay, for sugar, the grade we call it C1 and C2 sugar. But sugar from sugarcane is under the food commodity. So the price is fluctuated. It's controlled by Pepsi, Coca-Cola, 7-Up, all those things, all the giant of the beverages. So they consume a lot of sugar from sugarcane. We have two types of sugar in the world. We have sugarcane and also sugar beet in the world. All right, but the biggest is from the sugarcane in Brazil, all those things. But that one is a premium grade of sugar, C1 and C2 grade. Now the sugar from the wood, we call it C5 and C6 sugar for biochemical industry. So hopefully the price will be stable as compared to the food commodity under the sugar cane, right? So this is an example in my lab. I'm trying with my colleague, I do this thing. I try to convert wood chips become a molasses here. See the black turn to the black, right? So this is under my from my colleague, Dr. Shuhada from the chemical engineering department, right? So let me share with you a biorefinery animations from Bogart. Bogart is a German country. I hope you can hear the sound from this video. Okay, let's enjoy.
Sir, I'm here the sound, sir.
Oh, Dr. Nazri, please you sound, maybe.
Yeah,
The
Dr.
sound,
Sri,
yeah,
the sound. You
the
can hear
sound,
the sound.
yeah, we cannot hear. It's very,
Mm. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry that.
Very low.
Try. Um, uh, it's okay. I think I can't setting the sound right now. Let me try to. Hopefully, again, I'm trying to play again. I'll continue. I don't want to play again. I want to continue. I will continue. I hope you can imagine a little bit about the process. It is basically from one piece of wood. They try to make use of the wood chips, all the send becoming to the paper, all those things, and another part we call it the lignin is from the bark. Lignin is used for the yeah, for the chemical for the leather treatment industry, and also the name will be used for the paddling for the food ice cream. We use we call it carboxymethyl cellulose. So this is a we call it under the chemical engineering part, but it is from the woody material or from the biomass material. So this is what people are looking or the processing of. I'm sorry about the sound, but I hope you can imagine a little bit about these animations. Okay, shall I continue this one?
yes.
All right. this biorefinery to replace the function of the oil, what have been what happened now. So in the future, those companies, I think, from Europe and United States, they are trying to come up with this sustainable or something environmental friendly product from the plants. So this is how the business will be happening now at the early stage. I would say early stage, probably in the mid stage, and slowly it's like petrol right now. We are trying to replacing petrol by using electric cars. So the same thing what happened to the industry right now. People are really concerned about the environment right now, the increasing of the temperature, world temperature, for example, all those things. So I think the awareness is happening now, and the demand I think will be this kind of product in the future. Right. So this is I will share with you some of the companies all over the world, like Evonik from Germany, Corbion I think from France, Givo from US, Rodia also from US, CJ is from Korea. It is Samsung Group, Chaljedang. Yeah, so many BP chemicals, all those things. So slowly, all those petrochemical industry, all petrochemical company in the world try to migrate from this using the existing product what they have now from the oil base. They try to shift to this type of sustainable. They try to show that they have the brand or commit to the environment. So this is like something like what will happen right now and also in the future. So this is from my point of view. All right. So and also from this kind of sugar, they can produce a bioplastic, biodegradable products, all these things. So if you know that plastic is not biodegradable and it's harmful to our environment, you can see a lot of plastic we use every day right now. So please make the thing recycled. So towards the end, that is the next slide. In this my slide, I will try to give you an example what happened in Japan. Konnichiwa, everyone from Japan here? Can I? Any student from Japan?
From Japan.
Thank you. So probably you can share later about the Osaka. Is it you, Osaka?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
My name is, I'm from Japan.
Yeah, I mean,
Prefecture.
pardon?
From Prefecture, Japan.
South from Japan. The closest city, can you share with us?
Tokyo. I'm from Tokyo. And
From Beijing or from Tokyo?
from Tokyo.
From Tokyo. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So probably you can share a little bit after this about the successful of the Japanese government on how make people recycle everything, paper, woods, all the tins, all those things, everything make recycle. I impressed with that. Even though if I go to Japan, I need to take out all these labels, the bottle cap, everything need to be spread out. Need to be put it in different bins, right? So
have you been to Japan?
So I think that is another culture that we need to educate our people to recycle everything. It's not only we want to have this kind of environmental friendly product like this, but we need to encourage people to recycle as well, right?
Yes.
So I will share what happened to the Tokyo board. Tokyo board is I'm not sure, it's close to the Chiba Island, I think. The Chiba. Tokyo board.
Sorry?
Tokyo board. Tokyo board is a particle board company in Japan. They use recycle. Yeah, they use all the recycle wood from Tokyo metropolitan area. I will share with you later. All right? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, this is we got it. A sugar from plants. A sugar from the trees. So, of course, we need to improve the technology to come up with Exxon, because it's not only involved on the refinery, we also involved on the microbe as well. So we need to have a microbes to react on this kind of product as well. So microbe is a microbiology. It's also we need to get involved with from people who are from the microbiologists, right? So it's all integrated. It started from the forest. It started from people who are on the trees, who are involved in the chemistry, on the process, and towards the marketing and all those things. So this is the thing moving towards. So we are cross-discipline. So please be open-minded about the things. So sometimes people are claiming that, oh, I'm a chemist, so I cannot get along with you because I'm a chemist. I'm a forester. I cannot get along with you. No. So we need to blend together, right? So then we can go far. Rather than if we tie up together, we can go far. Okay, right? You can go you far and fast. The word is. If we combine, we can go far and fast. But if you go alone, you cannot go far and slow. Right? All right. So this is another product. There is a demand for aromatherapy oils, essential oils, and all these things. It's all from the extractive. It's all from non-timber again. It's all from forest. Right? It's already in the market right now. So people about now during this pandemic, people are stressful right now. Lockdown, all those things. So I think people are looking for something like something from the forest, but from the non-timber again. I'm talking about things that people are looking for this, right? And another part of renewable energy, Japan also have a good renewable energy plant cycle as well. So this is an example of the biomass power plant. In my campus, it's very close to me. In my area, we have 10 megawatt biomass power plant. So this is FTJ Biopower. It's owned by Felda, one of the largest oil palm company in Malaysia. So we do have here 6 crude palm oil mill. So all the waste from the crude oil mill, CPO mills, especially on the empty fruit branch, we do recycle back and produce energy, because by having that, we can not only eco-friendly, we produce the energy, but also we can save in terms of the environment from the dumping side. Okay, so this is another. This is happen now, but the challenge for the biomass is the I think right now the industry, as compared to solar, I think they can go bigger scale, like 50 megawatts, all those things. But the biomass right now, I think the biggest biomass power plant in the world is in UK. It's about 300 megawatt. Okay, so this is like energy from the natural. So we need to have, I think our government, we need to have multi sources of the power plant, power sources. We have a coal. I think Japan we have the nuclear power, for example, all those things. So we have to come up with something dynamic, something strategic of the environment for those things, right? This is something, waste from empty food bunch and convert it into energy. Right? So they sell it to our national company, our national company, the energy. So this is the I'm going to go very fast, but you have a wood chip, wood pellet, empty food bunch, PKS, palm kernel shell, all those things. So this is like a process what we can. In China also, they also I think many power plant, coal especially, they already shut down and come up with this kind of biomass. Right? Same thing goes in Taiwan. Okay. And this is in Japan. I'm trying to talk about Osaka. Recycle. Okay. With the fourth industrial revolutions, now the things need to be transparent. Need to be. I think in cyber, right? What we have now, we can communicate all over the world, from the Japan here today, for example, and by having this kind of recycling, we can also reduce the impact from our forest again. To recycle, we do not need to cut fresh tree from the forest. So this is another strategy, I think. This is happening right now. But I hope we can increase the awareness about the recycling. The wood, for example. So this is what I'm talking about. Osaka is about Tokyo board industries. So they recycle. Tokyo Metropolitan make it mandatory to all of the citizens in Tokyo Metropolitan to recycle. Okay, so this is a good Osaka. In Japan, I work closely with Professor Obayashi from Tokyo Agricultural University. Tokyo Nodai.
What university?
Tokyo
Nodai?
Nodai, yeah.
Tokyo University of Agriculture?
Yeah.
Okay. Neighboring university.
Yeah. So, right. So this is a good example in Japan. So this is, I think, Korea also doing recycling, all these things. So I think Malaysia also going towards this. So we hope we can disseminate this kind of awareness throughout all over the world. Again, we can safeguard reduce the impact, the demand from wood from the forest or timber from the forest. Okay. So this is what happened. For the Tokyo from the Tokyo board. Tokyo board in Chiba. Okay, they have plant in Chiba. So this is a good, I think, practice. I think all of us, our students, needs to have something like mindset. What happened in the future, right? What will happen in the future? So the last but not least, the section number 4. It's very short. Number 4 is about. I just want to highlight on the recreations. I love to cycling. I have a group mountain biking in the campus. All those things. So this kind of also in forest. It's non-timber again, non-timber product. It's a product basically. We just it depends on us how to market the things. It's a product. It's a tourism product. Forest. People would love to enjoy in the forest. What else? Fresh air, all those things, right? So people sometimes live in the concrete jungle. Concrete jungle, right? All concrete, everything in the cities. But yeah, people love to be here in this kind of air. So this is part of, I would consider this one, probably you might agree or not with me. This is also considered non-timber. It's not a timber, okay? Alright. So again, this is in New Zealand, Rotorua. They have a redwood, all those things. Yeah. Nice place to be. Right. And this is also in New Zealand. Fresh air and environment. So you sometimes, if you value this kind of environment, can you imagine that if you want to enjoy this kind of the thing, you need to pay blah blah blah. Right now you feel like the thing is free, right? This is free, but for me there is a way, right? So I think I would towards the end of my sharing today. Again, this is my photo. This is ananase. This is another climbers trees. Very beautiful trees. Very beautiful climbers. The flowers very beautiful. I hope all of you love the nature. This is my books. Yeah, you can have my books sometimes. I so wrote a books about this. This is an example of my publication on the books. You can have online from Malaysia. You can have from Shopee. It is available from Shopee and also Lazada. Okay. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your kind attention. That's all from me today. All right.
Okay.
Back to you, Dr.
Thank
Sri.
you. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Nazri. Very interesting presentation, yeah. So I think many of the participants, many of students will have a question, or maybe you want to share any experience in your country, particularly maybe from Japan. Akane, also have a discussion with Dr. Nazri. Please, if you want to share.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask about something. In Japan, we have a problem about overgrowing bamboo.
Overgrowing
Uh,
population.
overgrowing bamboo.
Bamboo. Alright.
Yes.
Bamboo.
In your presentation, I saw that Japan is one of the greatest importers of bamboo, so it was kind of ironic for me. So, can you give us some suggestions, like how we can give higher value to the bamboo so that we can utilize the bamboo in our country, not exporting